Okay, here since like 2014, 2015, I've been using this machine here, which is an AMD Phenom 2 X4 840, and it was a quad core. Some people didn't like them, some of us did here. But you can see it's operating at 3.2 gigahertz. I used to have it turned up to 4 gigahertz, but I'm going to make this my grandmother's machine, so tuned it back down to what it's supposed to be at, and that's what it's got for RAM. 8 gigs at dual channel 2000 G-Skill stuff. It's got a Radeon HD 4250 on board. Now let's see here. This is just running a stock style, well, I call it a stock core. It's an air core. It's a cheap $20 one. I put a new one on there rather than the older one. But that's what it's cruising with, so. So here it's providing temperature for all 4 cores. And we're cruising about 62-ish degrees. So let's go over here and punch stress. So we're getting like 613 on the score here. And for the heat, we've jumped up 20 degrees. It's not bad for that cooler. I mean, that is all it's running on here. Guys, I haven't opened this yet. I just cut the label off to protect all parties involved. So hopefully I'm going to find this one, an AMD ryzen 3900X. Alright, that's exactly what I see. Sorry about the glare, but that's definitely what that is. Appreciate the seller for accepting my negotiating. So we'll get this in the computer here. Cores at 3.39 gigahertz. So we're going to bench this thing with full 12 threads. Well, just stressing it. Let's just press that. Usually I get about 3200. I'm not sure why it's slouching today, but that don't really matter. Did a clean out where I got a bunch of cash registers, and a dryer, an antique sewing machine, and a whole computer that works. Just needed a hard drive in it. And I've since got a gigabit Aorus B550 Elite, I think it is. And I also went from the 16 gigs of RAM that was included in that freebie machine to 2 16 gig G-Skill 4000 megahertz double-sided or high density sticks, however you want to say that. But now we're getting at 95 degrees for the motherboard sensor for the CPU, 101.8 for the CPU itself. But that's the score I'm getting with this thing. Here's a section about my memory. For some reason I cannot get it to run at the right speed. I do not like that. It is running at 15 CAS latency it's rated for though, but I cannot get it up to the 4000 megahertz. But whatever. And, you know, like I said, there's my motherboard. Let's go ahead and pop that in there and see what happens. Always make sure the power is disconnected before you go about this. and I'll be back in a minute. There it is, all sort of whopped up a little bit. Looks pretty lousy. But I used a baby wipe. Sorry, my camera don't want to focus. Lock the socket. Hopefully that's right. There we go. I'm sorry about the lack of light in here in my office, but I don't like it bright. My head hurts. Bright lights make life worse. So I'm running 2 sticks of this right here. I don't know if you can really see that or not. It's the rip jaws from G-Skill. Back when I used to own computer stores, I used to sell a lot of this memory. It was cheap, high performance stuff, and they were just starting to build a reputation. It's pretty funny that they're more of a trusted brand now than when I used to fool with them. But we'll stick this back in here accordingly. I like how they put the wave on the bottom of these DDR4s so that it's easier to get it to stab in there. Maybe this will be a video of me breaking this. I think I'll put the camera down. Alright, so this is what I use from Thermaltake. Their TG50 thermal grease. I think this is some pretty good stuff. You get several applications out of this 4-gram syringe. Not sure if you really want to watch me do this or not, but oh my goodness. I'm really out of thermal paste. There, so I got it all dolled up. I'm not going to record putting the water cooler on there. I'll record what happens though when we turn this on for the first time. I'm going to take a look at my crappy video card. We'll have to look at the device properties, but this is some kind of ATI card with 256 megs of RAM on it. Let's power on, see what happens. Well, that's not a great sound. The video card's just revving up. Oh, I definitely don't believe it's working. Oh, wait, there she goes. Guess it's because I cleared the CMOS. Well, it booted up to Windows. I just had to reinstall Windows because for some reason it wouldn't work with the keyboard and mouse anymore. I cleared the CMOS and you couldn't use any USB devices, so I didn't have anything to use a keyboard or a mouse on this computer because it didn't have the old legacy ports. So here we go. I've got CPU-Z for the Aorus board this time. And you'll see there that we got the Ryzen 9 3900X. And that's a 12-core CPU. And what did it say it's running out here? Oh yeah. Sometimes 4.5 gigahertz even. I've seen it. 4.3 typically is what we're seeing, but it's going between 3.5 and 4.316. Let's go ahead and hit the stress button. Hear the fan spinning up. So it's already went up to 149 degrees, and on chips showing 151. So you know the other one, it had a benchmark score of 3200 something. This one's making 8230. And it looks like about about 160 might be about the hottest it's probably going to get to on that one. It's definitely warmer than the Ryzen 5 for sure. So here I've got it at 8300 on the CPU-Z benchmark. And that's with my RAM running in dual mode 1064. Sorry if it's too dark, I guess it is, but this thing won't turn on anymore. So in the end, this is what happened here. Initiated a refund of $356. I wound up having to get eBay to step in. The seller did accept a return for the processor, and he didn't respond after that, so eBay stepped in. This is all that's on there. Okay, got me another battery. So anyway, I'd sent an email to the seller and told him the whole process I went through, troubleshooting and all that stuff, and then he asked me about if I'd updated the BIOS on my motherboard, which I'd already told him I did in my first message, and after I replied to that politely, he no longer replied after that. So other than he did provide a return and a return label, so I did send that thing back and got no response from him, and well, wound up just having to get eBay to step in. Hate it when it goes like that. This is probably the first CPU I've ever bought that I had any kind of problem with on eBay. I used to own some computer stores, and I bought all kinds of processors used, which is definitely what this one was. It wasn't sold new. You could tell in the video I had with the open the box. It really stinks that I didn't get to use it very long or anything, but oh well. Okay, well, I want to make this video, but I don't want to leave it a cliffhanger until I get another processor. So what I did wind up doing is I got a X570S. I don't really care for what they call this thing, but and I've got a Ryzen 7 2700X processor on the way to shove in this thing. So hopefully that'll work, because I already tried my R5 1600, and yeah, it doesn't offer first gen Ryzen support on there, so I'll have to at least have a second gen. So I got one on the way. Hopefully I'll get to use this motherboard. I got it at a pretty good deal, brand new. As you can see, it's got 4 of those NVMe slots. That's what I was really going after. Definitely a big heavy board. So what I'm eventually going to do in the next coming months, I'm going to save my money. I'm just going to get a brand new R9 5950X processor. It's got 16 core on it. and I'll bring you along and show you the bench testing on that, and I'll just show you the difference between it and the Ryzen 7. I mean, it's just kind of like a mid-grade CPU. It's just got 2 more cores than my Ryzen 5, but hopefully it'll be a little speedier. I'm sure there is a difference though, but anyway, that's what I'm going to leave it at for now. So I'll go ahead and post this video. I know it's not very interesting, but I'm making videos now to try to help feed and clothe the homeless, because now all my YouTube revenue is going to another account that I put together just to help out people that are having a hard time. So, you know, if you want to like my videos and share them, you're not helping me anymore. You're helping people that I find in my local area that are living on the street. Love y'all, and may the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ richly bless and guide you all. I hope you have a great rest of your New Year.